Hey guys, welcome to Brother Sew's Facebook and YouTube page. I'm brand ambassador Angela Wolf, and I'm taking over the page today. So it's just me solo by myself because I have a really fun tutorial for you. So first of all, if you did not see last week's episode with all of, well, not all, we just had a handful because there's still many more ambassadors and educators, but there were a handful of us that were able to get together, our schedules combined, and we showed off all the new things that came out for B2B. So if you missed that, you might want to go back and catch it. It was pretty cool. So pop in, say hi. If you've never been here before. Hi, Yvette. Great to see you. So the tutorial for today, I'm going to show you how to embellish and embroider jeans. So I'm not going to go through the whole process. We'll be here all day, but I'm going to show you how to get into those jeans besides the way that Cindy's going to show us in a couple. Cindy Hogan's coming on Thursday and next Thursday. She's got a great thing for you showing how to use that sashing, but also they have that great attachment for the 10 needle, which I don't have. So I'm going to show you how to do it the old fashioned way, and we're going to embroider some jeans. Sound kind of fun? Wonderful. So I can see you all, and don't forget that if you're on YouTube or Facebook, I can see you in both places. So I hope you had a wonderful weekend, and to my dear friends down south, I hope you stay safe during this hurricane. All right, so let's get started. See you all in here. Welcome, and I'm assuming you can all hear me because nobody says I'm echoing or anything crazy like that, right? Okay, perfect. All right, so I have a pair of jeans. And every time I put a pair of jeans into the pile that I'm going to give away or pass along, I add embroidery and then I want to keep it. So I'll go show you what I have. Let me just make sure, close this out, and I will take you over to the machine. Oops, wrong camera. There you go. And don't worry, you can ask your questions. I'll be sure to take a break every once in a while in between, just checking to see if you need anything. So what you're going to need for this is a seam ripper, a pair of jeans. I have my stabilizer. This is sticky back tearaway. So one side feels like paper, and the other, well, they both feel like paper. That's kind of like a silly thing. One side feels like shiny paper, and the other side is dull paper. So I'm going to go ahead and hoop this with you on camera because I had a lot of people ask me. I never can get this figured out. So the shiny side is the side that we're going to peel back. And if you're really unsure, just go to the edge of your stabilizer, and you'll be able to pull back just a little bit and then figure out which side is the sticky side. Of course, mine's not going to peel back for me, so you're just going to have to trust me. It's the shiny side. All right. Open my hook here. So you're going to put the shiny side up. And depending on what hoop you're using, there's a little knob right here. You can see that, which coordinates with the top of the hoop. So notice I'm not putting my jeans in there. It's just the stabilizer. Okay. Nice and tight. Okay, so I'm going to put that to the side for right now. We're going to peel that back in just a second. But for now, I'm just going to put it on a flat surface, somewhere where I don't knock it off the table. All right, have you ever checked out jeans that you've made or that you've purchased? Quite often, the inseam has top stitching. And let me just say, that is a pain in the tush to rip out and reattach. So unless you're going to embroider down the entire outside leg, then you might want to go Cindy's route and get a 10 needle with the great attachment. If you don't have that, here's another idea for you. You could put embroidery. So here's my jeans. I could maybe put a little bit up here on the hip area, maybe some down by the hem. And I'll do that by opening up the outside leg seam. So let's see if I can. We all love seam rippers, don't we? I'm just going to slide my seam ripper in. Now this is just a little trick. And then if you take the little red knob side down, that'll protect your fabric. As long as you're using a new seam ripper and not an old one, it should just glide right up that stitch. This is my favorite thing to do. Well, not really. Not really ripping out stitches. That's not where I was going with that. And I can rip this up as much as I want to. The one thing you need to be careful of is in the upper area, make sure you stay at least 2 inches away from if you have any metal pieces or top stitching here. Because what will happen is when you go to sew this seam, again, closed from the inside, you have to make sure you can get your foot into here and your needle. So I start about down this far. All right, so I gave myself a guide so I don't go past that. Okay, so I literally just opened the side of the jeans in under 5 seconds, right? And that included talking. Okay, so why didn't I go all the way to the hem? Again, for the same reason. I can open the leg and not have to worry about re-hemming this if I do this way. So now I have my entire leg that can be opened and put onto a hoop to add embroidery, right? Okay, so just going to go back over here, make sure there aren't any questions before I continue on. What do you think? Super easy? Belle, you love your seam ripper too? I know. As long as it's a sharp one, I'm good. Hi, Shirley. Shirley, you can get sticky back wash away. You can get it at a brother dealer. I have some on my website if you want to go on there. That's at angelawolfpatterns.com. But you can go to a brother dealer and they'll have a selection of all kinds of stabilizers. So this one is not sticky back wash away. I do have that, but this is sticky back tear away. Yeah. All right, just making sure I'm not missing. Karen, great to see you. Can this be done to sleeves too? Absolutely. I just like doing this on the jeans because I can open up the seam that doesn't have all that extra stitching in there, or top stitching. Not that I don't want to go back and top stitch. I could, but why, right? Oh, wonderful. Okay, and oh, Elizabeth, you're still learning your Stillaire. I love that machine too. All right, I see you all rolling in and there's no questions up here. Hey, Sandy. So I'm just making sure I didn't miss anything. Marion, great to see you. All right, no questions. So I'm gonna go back and finish showing you how to get those jeans on to the hoop. Arnell, do seam rippers ever get dull? Yes, they do. In fact, I throw out my seam rippers probably, well, I sew a lot. I'll bet you I go through 1 a week minimum. When I used to do custom clothing and alterations for customers, I would probably go through at least 1 a week, sometimes 2 or 3, because depending on what I was ripping out. Now, I know some people like to use razor blades. I have never done that. Well, I have, but I don't like to do that because a lot of times I have kids in the studio, my nephews, or in the old days, if somebody brought their kids while I was doing a fitting, it just was too risky for me. So I like the seam ripper, just my preference. Yeah. Excellent. All right, so let's go back over and let's hoop these jeans. Well, we're really not hooping it, as you'll see. It's called floating, in case you missed that. All right, so we've already hooped our stabilizer. If you missed that, just save this to your page and you can go back and watch that again. All right, so I have a pin and I'm just going to score the paper. And hopefully I didn't go too tough where I went all the way through. Yeah, see, you just pull this back and this part's sticky. Sticky back, thus the sticky back, tear away. All right, here goes my studio. The ladies that are coming next week for the pants class, the clean up an aisle floor, right? All right, so then you need to figure out where on your pants you want your embroidery. So I always like to have a little bit up, you know, in the front leg area. Just keep in mind, however big your design is, if this is a stretch denim, which this is like barely stretch, but if these jeans are super fitted and you can't get another ounce in there, like no more candy bars, that kind of ounce in there, then you are, meaning like you can't gain a pound is where I was going with that. Okay, then you're going to need to be careful and pick smaller embroidery designs and place them randomly so you don't have like a whole section of your leg taken up. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to get your pants back on. And then that will not be a happy day, right? So I'm just going to line this up. I could actually maybe turn this inside out if I really want to. Let's see. Maybe that will be a better angle. Yeah, I know. I have no idea where I came up with the candy bar thing. It's just that I always remember people saying if they ate too many candy bars, they gained weight. I wouldn't know for sure because I don't even like chocolate. I know that's so not normal. Potato chips all day long. Okay. Now, what I'm trying to do, if you look closely on your jean fabric, you can actually see the grain line. So you want to make sure when you're sticking this down that you try to keep your grain line, and you can even see the grain line on the back side too. It's that basically the lines that go up and down. So try to find a straight line of the fabric, and I'm going to line that up on the hoop from here to here. If you're using really stretchy denim, be careful not to stretch your jeans out. Okay. And we are there. So that's the whole front leg. Now let's go pick a design. What kind of design would you want to go on the front of your jeans? I don't know. Really depends. So let's go back over here and bring you somewhere where the overlight does not shock you. There you go. Okay, so I was kind of weeding through this earlier to see if I could find some cool designs for jeans, and I did. Of course, these are built into, of course, I'm using the Luminaire, but whatever machine you have, somebody here said they were on the Stellaire, there's a ton of cool designs on there too. So let's just say what wouldn't be good if I see that. Oh, those would be kind of fun. I love flowers, though, on jeans, or even embellishing on anything. So do you remember this design? That's the one that I used for the Christmas, New Year's Eve last year holiday thing that Brother did for their Brother Sews page. It was the holiday. Yes, except I used blue in that. That would look really cool on jeans. But let me just point something out. Oh, look it. I can make it bigger. I can make it smaller. But something that you might not know on this machine is if you click on size, I'm going to reset it to where it was. Now you can change it where you adjust the density at the same time. So now I can make this really big, either by touching the screen or by using it over here. This would look really cool on jeans. It tells me the dimensions, almost 10 inches long, 7 inches wide. This is one you'd have to be careful of if your jeans were super fitted. Okay, just to give you a little bit of an idea, give you a bring close up here. Although that would be really fun. All right, let's just pick a different one for those that just want a little design, because I'm just going to give you a few ideas and delete. And then I'll take your questions. This is one that you've seen me use on sleeves before. Didn't we do this like 2 weeks ago? I think so. You'd have to go back and watch that episode. I don't think I rinsed that out yet, though. So as I choose my design, oh, that's really big. That might be a little big for a leg, right? This one looks pretty good, though. I can see it a little bit closer if I bring it in. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, that might not be bad. And maybe add a couple more. There's one, rotate. You can act like they're connected almost. Actually, I kind of like that. Let's get rid of that one. Those two kind of look cool together. And I could actually combine those and, let's see, rotate them just a smidge. So if we have one here, maybe not quite that much. And I like that. I think that looks pretty cool. And we just duplicated this. We could do another one. See how easy it is to add a whole bunch of designs? Now they just came unattached, so I have to put these together again. I think that looks fun. This would tell me here I can embroider. It would take 67 minutes, which we're not going to do this all together. But one more cool thing, if your machine has this, oh, it can't be used when my patterns are overlapping. I know that too, because every time I try to add a whole bunch of designs together, I'm thinking, there we go, and then I do that. Not smart, right? So I guess I'm just going to have to go one at a time. There's all the colors. Holy moly. Well, I think that would look nice though. And the other thing is once I put my jeans on here, so I'll go ahead and do this with you on there. You know what? That's going to tell me to use a bigger hoop. So let me just click on this. I'm going to save this to memory because when I do go to a bigger hoop later, I'll use that. But for now, let's just delete a couple of these. Delete. And let's move these two to the center. There we go. Now I think it'll fit in my hoop. You know, I actually just grabbed a random hoop off of there. So that wasn't too smart if I knew I was going to do the whole leg, right? All right, to get your fabric under here, and I'll bring you here so you can kind of see. You got to be very careful that you don't lose part of your pants as you're getting this on here. So just gingerly slide this around. You can lift up your presser foot if you need to get it a little higher. There you go. And slide this. This is the hardest part, is getting this onto the machine. Making sure, a couple things you got to check for here. Make sure that your other leg did not get stuck underneath here. You have to make sure that everything's just laying nice and flat. And also, when it comes to time to embroider, make sure that where this is open up here that's kind of tight, that needs to stay back, out of the way. Okay, click on embroidery. And let's do the projector. So it's showing me, I can see how big this is going to be. I was not thinking this is going to be that big on my leg. So let's just bring this up to the flower and see how big the flower is. It's showing me the flower is going to be right up on my outside hip. I could even move, you know what I'm going to do? I'd really like the design to be kind of that high. So let's just move my whole design up. You probably want to watch me, sorry. See how my design's moving up into that square? So the red square is what you see on my jeans there. There you go. And I can even make that dark if it's easier to see, or gray. White, I don't know which one you can see better. Probably see the black better or the gray? I don't know. Now that's actually a little better positioning. And now as I move my box around, which I just moved the box just a little bit, then I go back over here and it shows me. Now this will kind of go down the leg. I think that'll be fine now. I just have to make sure that this rose over here isn't too far on the inside of the leg. Yeah, I don't know if I like that. So I'm just going to make a few more changes. Click OK. And I think I can rotate the whole design just a little bit, which is what I want to do. Otherwise, I'd have to go back to that other screen if you couldn't. But a little more up and down, I think, is going to be better. Yeah, I like that better. So I'm ready to embroider. Now I'll come back over and take your questions. Okay, well, what did you think? So that was in Oh, Shirley, you got your leggings fabric today. Awesome. I need to make my new top. My pattern is like this close to being finished. I was working on it right before we got here. And I can hardly wait because there will be kits too to go with that, which would be fun. Oh, thanks, Crystal. All right, oh, Ellen, that would look so great. In fact, I remember a fashion magazine last year that had white, they might have been roses, down the entire front leg. Nothing on the back, but just the front. And it looked really cool. Linda, how big is that hoop? You know, I have to go double check. It was one I just grabbed off the stash, so it's not my biggest hoop that I always use. It's, I'll go look real quick. Hold that thought. I'll bring you with me. Let me just double check. Hopefully it says it on it because I don't know it by heart. Oh yeah, 8 by 12. But that being said, there are way bigger hoops than that. And you could actually do your entire leg in one almost. Well, it depends how tall you are. Something like that. Oh, Renee, you'd cry if you didn't have chocolate. So would Win, by the way. He does the chocolate, I do the chips. Oh, thanks, Jenny. What needle are you using? Hey, Sherry, that's a good question. You know, I haven't started embroidering on there yet, but when I embroider jeans, I tend to use a number 14 denim jean needle. So that's just what it works well. I mean, you could also use an embroidery needle if you want, but that seems to be what I like. Hey, Susan, I'm glad you're here. Hey, by the way, Facebook had a glitch today, and I got an email about it that when we were saving whatever show is going to be on today, that Facebook had a glitch where you couldn't find it. It was showing that the page didn't show up. So sorry you couldn't find it. And don't forget, Cindy Hogan is on at 4:30 p.m. today, Eastern Standard Time, which is why I moved mine earlier so you don't miss that. And she's doing software. But she's going to have the same glitch because Facebook has a glitch today. What do you do, right? Thanks, Jenny. Fatima, what state are you in? I am in Michigan. And I don't teach most of my classes are online, but this was an event that I planned last February, and it's just a small number of people. I think we have a dozen, and it's going to be great. I'm very excited about that. All right, I'm just making sure. Oh gosh, so many of you rolled in. Martina, you just opened 4 pairs up yourself? How did you get them open without a seam ripper? Did you use a razor blade? Just curious. Oh, goodness, Susan. Hurricane Sally's blowing in. I don't know if Melody's in here, too. I was thinking of you, Melody, because they showed Key West the other day, and there was a lot of water on the ground. You might have to go up and borrow my boat. All right. I'm just making sure. Yeah. I don't see too many more questions. Oh, thanks, Shirley. I agree, Yvette, because flowers on jeans always look good. Oh, Holly, you can go back and watch the Hooping the Stabilizer. I did that at the beginning. Yeah, Marie, you can go back and watch this too. That was a sticky back tearaway. It's not sticky back washaway because you need something behind those jeans to keep that nice and secure. Now, by the way, you want to make sure that if you're doing a huge design, you use something a little softer like a Poly Pro or something like that. Because remember, it's going to go against your skin. So I'm glad you brought that up because sometimes if you use the tearaway, sticky back tearaway, depending on what brand or what you're using, it can scratch your skin. You don't want that. So if for any reason you do a design like that, you can always press some fusible interfacing to the back, and that will make it soft to your skin, like a fuse and knit or something like that. Not affiliation of brother, it's just a stabilizer. Oh, Susan, I agree. Those lace would look fabulous. So by the way, the contest is still rolling. Remember the lace? I wore my Delilah on purpose. This is the first Delilah that I made that I did not do lace inserts. So the challenge is you have to use one of my patterns and add lace to it somehow. We've done a lot of lace tutorials here on the Brother Sews page, on my page, and this contest is going to go all the way until my lace designs come out. And we'll draw one lucky winner, maybe two. Depends how many of you are in there. So you have to take a photo of what you're working on and your finished garment. You got to add lace somewhere. Besides, it'll be great for fall. Sewing the jeans back together seems like it would be hard. Oh, Judy, it's not at all. In fact, why don't, since I'm not going to embroider this live, I will take those back and show you how you would do that. Donna wants ladybugs. That's a good idea. And those are small, so they won't interrupt your jeans, right? Oh, Martina, you did scissors. Whew. That would have taken a while. All right, so let's go back to the jeans, and I'll show you how you would sew them closed, assuming you were finished embroidering. Okay, after I did all that hard work hooping, I knew you'd make me unhoop these. All right, let's get this hoop out. All right, I'm going to bring you back over here with me, so don't get seasick. Oh, what a great cameraman, right? So we're going to pretend that we're all embroidered. You want me to draw something on here? And when you're finished doing your embroidery, you would rip this back off. And of course, it would rip up your stabilizer. Hopefully it'll still be sticky so I can actually finish these jeans. So turn your jeans inside out. This is, can you sew a straight line? Because that's all you have to do here. So turn your jeans inside out. And you know what, I'm just going to bring you a little closer and grab some pins. Okay. Okay, so I'm inside out. My jeans are inside out. Not this leg, but this leg is. So what I do is I will lay my seam. So you want to lay, your seam's already pressed, right? So I line that up, line those two folded press seams up, and I actually put my pins in this way, and it'll line those right up. So you just finger press those in place. You can also put the pins this way if you want. If you do it this way, make sure your pin is right in that fold on this side, and the back is on this side. And you'll do that all the way down. So just line up. I'm lining up my folded seam because they have the seam pressed open, right? That's why that's like that. Okay, so now you can see my pin is right on that fold and the back side is right on the other fold. I just like pinning the other way, but at least now you can see what I'm doing. And you'll do that all the way to the end. So basically all you have to do is set your machine up for a straight stitch. Probably a 3.0 stitch length would be good. You could do 2.5 if you have thin jeans, but if you have stretchy jeans, make sure you use a triple stitch or a cover stitch, or this will rip out. And you'll just stitch all the way down. Because remember, we didn't open it at the bottom where the hem is. And then you'll press that open, and voila, you're finished. See? Way easier than you thought, right? I agree. Kathy, you have this machine in the UK. Yes, it is the Rolls Royce. Hi, Anja. Great to see you. And Mary, you all rolled in. Better late than never, right? And you can always go back and watch this if you'd like to. Tammy, if you have skinny jeans, can you add a faucet to help them out? Add a faucet. Add a faucet. Let me think. I'm sure that was a spell check. Add a faucet. Well, you might need a faucet to get them on if they're skinny tight jeans and you embroider all over them. Not you literally, but anybody. That's why I was mentioning to make sure watch what you are embroidering. But a faucet. I'll keep watching to see what you put in here. Does the garment have to be finished? No, Kelly, it sure doesn't. In fact, like if you're making your own jeans from scratch, I always kind of like to add some embroidery before I even start sewing them. And does the garment have to be finished? Absolutely not. Except you might want to sew up that outside leg seam because that might be a little awkward. All right, I'm going to wait and see what Tammy has to say about the faucet, unless I'm just completely not thinking the same on the same wavelength as you. Oh, got it. Okay, got it. Everybody's saying a faucet, gusset. We're trying to do a spell check for you. Okay, got it. Yes. So you absolutely could do that on a skinny jean, and that would look cute. You know, actually, did you see some of the lace that we've been inserting right into a seam? So if you had skinny jeans that were too tight after you added the embroidery, you could just add a side seam, add a piece of fabric or a piece of ribbon or lace, although you would probably want to put something behind the lace, you know, just thinking that. I totally agree, Sherry. A solid color on the leg of jeans would look great. Good, Judy. I told you that was easy. Definitely, Amy. All right, so you have any more questions for me? I told you to be short today because then you'll get a rest up before you see Cindy. And some of my tutorials go longer. You just never know. Oh, you want the schedule for the week. All right, so this is the schedule for the week. Let me just open it up to make sure you have it. I think I have it right here. Cindy Hogan is on today at 4:30 on the Brother Sews page. And tomorrow at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I will be on my page and it'll be shared to the Brother Sews page. So by the way, tomorrow, I might be a few minutes late because I have a board meeting earlier than that. So if I'm not on at 1:30, don't stress out. I'll be on shortly after, maybe 1:40 at the latest. So I have another fun project for you tomorrow. And I'm also going to, because it's behind the scenes, show off some of the photos you've been doing of this beautiful lace because it's inspiring and people will get excited about that and try that. So if you haven't posted your photos yet, be sure to do it before tomorrow. So that's tomorrow. And let's see, Thursday, Cindy Hogan will be on with me here on Brother Sews Facebook and YouTube page, and she's going to be showing us something cool on the 10 needle. Right. Enjoy the hot tub. I love that, Glenda. I still got to work for a little while, but that does sound like a good option this afternoon. Pamela has a question. When you embroider on jeans, do you use embroidery needle or jean needle? I tend to use a denim jean needle, number 14. Susan, I will see you in a couple days. Arnell, thanks so much. Oh, did Win have a good birthday? So guess what? He did have a good birthday. But he ended up with like terrible allergies that day, and I felt terrible for him. So, and the weather was kind of so we're going to celebrate his birthday tomorrow night, Wednesday night. It'll be nicer, go for a little pontoon boat ride, and it's going to be like 78 degrees. So it's like a birthday week, right? Yeah, that's what I thought. He said he doesn't feel any older, which is good, right? I know Cindy Hogan has great things. And thanks, Jenny, for thanking Brother, because we are excited that we're able to come over and take over their page. So Marcia, what time on Thursday? So all the times I give you are Eastern. So tomorrow, today, Cindy, 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tomorrow, 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And Thursday is noon Eastern Standard Time. So we kind of split it up a little bit to make sure that we've got everyone in there. I know all my California friends have to get up a wee bit early on Thursday, but it's worth it, right? Birthday month, definitely birthday month. There's a whole bunch of people that have birthday months. Did he get a Disney gift purse? Oh, Mary Lou, you're hilarious. No, he did not. Patty, oh my gosh. Okay, I'm cracking up because I just finished making a whole bunch of mug rugs. So you used a mug rug to repair a bad tear. Like, did you literally put the mug rug into the jeans or is that what you used as a patch? Because that's brilliant. Although, which part of the mug rug? Because usually I leave little messages, and that's hilarious. Oh, you're welcome. Thanks, Cheryl. All right, you guys, I'm out of here. You have a wonderful day. I look so forward to seeing you tomorrow and Thursday. So have a great night. And don't forget, Cindy will be on her page. I'm going to share it to the Brother page, but she'll be on there at 4:30. Talking software shut-in, right? Okay. Bye, everyone. Have a great day. And thanks, Brother, for letting us take over the page again.